3, 2, 1. Thanks for watching Outdoors Delmarva. I'm Chopper Chuck Regner.
And I'm Andrew Tawes. Well, Chuck, with the warmer temperatures here, it seems the first summer visitors are arriving here on Delmarva.
And not by car, Andrew, by air. We went on a birding trip recently along the Delaware coast to see which bird species were moving out for the summer and which ones were coming in. And if you're lucky, like we were, you can actually see it happen in real time. We're at the south end of the Indian River Inlet, and while some are trying their luck with the water, this group will be trying their luck with the sky. It's all part of Delmarva Birding Weekend's spring tours, and warmer weather signifies the changing of the guard.
Wow.
Yep.
Look at that.
These guys are all starting their northward migration.
Now, if this were Route 50, this huge formation of double-crested cormorants would be a line of bumper-to-bumper traffic leaving Delmarva for their summer home.
Most of these birds are headed to the northeast, the Great Lakes area, where they're going to nest for the season. Delaware does have a small population of double-crested cormorants that nest on the Delaware River on buoys, channel markers, and things like that. Pretty amazing, huh? Here comes a few more.
If you had to take a guess as to why Delmarva is such an attractive place to live for both humans and visiting shorebirds alike, let's just say it's the abundance of seafood. These Forster's terns are natural fishermen, and they prefer a nice quick plunge to an expertly thrown cast. So we'll leave them to their important work and head to the next location.
So we're going to head over to the north side of the Indian River Inlet. We're going to go to Burton's Island, where we hope to find some marsh birds like herons and egrets, tricolored heron especially, perhaps some black-crowned night herons. And then we're going to walk the trail out on the Burton's Island looking for some songbirds, hopefully some migrant songbirds that just arrived recently over the last week or so.
Burton's Island is a dedicated nature preserve, and it has a short little roughly 1 mile trail that will take you out through the marsh and maritime pine forest. During migration, it can be really good as a kind of a compact island habitat surrounded by water. You'll often get a lot of songbirds that'll drop in.
Now, we haven't even made it off the causeway because we're getting some great looks at snowy egrets, buffleheads, and some closer looks at those fascinating Forster's terns, whose fishing skill could silence even the finest human anglers on Delmarva.
Yeah, so they have a very narrow.
But there are other species on our agenda.
Got a nice willet flying left out here.
So that's a willet, huh?
That's a willet.
And it is a marsh bird. He's kind of camouflaged in there.
It's a large shorebird.
Oh, there he goes.
Flying now. You can see that dark in the wing.
Yep, wow.
Well, now we're in here closer to the salt marsh, so we're likely to find more of the birds that are waders and some of the other smaller ducks. We've had a number of bufflehead out here that are diving in these shallower waters. We're seeing herons and egrets, particularly snowy egrets. And then we have some of the other associated wetland birds like the red-winged blackbird, common yellowthroat, and likely some other sparrows as we walk through the trail. Once we get a little bit further in here, we're going to get into the forested portion of Burton's Island, where we have pines, where we're likely to find other species of songbirds, sparrows, cardinals, maybe some warblers.
The warbler question is answered right away when we spot our first one, the common yellow-throat warbler.
Very common warbler. Feel free to jump in there before he flies away.
Common yellow-throat.
Watch if you can when he sings.
And it was a female. So male black. It's
actually one of our most common warblers here in Delaware. We can find it in almost any wetland situation. It also likes field edges and marshes, ditches. Very, very unique species in the way it appears because it's got this nice olive green back with a bright yellow throat, of course, common yellow throat, and a black mask across its eyes. They typically arrive in early April, and they'll be here well through September and early October.
And where are they during the winter months?
They migrate south to warmer states, the southeast, the Gulf Coast, some even the Central and South America.
And they come back here for the summer.
They do.
Good choice.
It is a good choice. Delmarva's always the best.
Heck yeah.
Our next warbler is as difficult to photograph as it is to identify.
Yeah, it's not a yellow rump. What is it? I'm not sure.
Turns out to be a female black pole warbler, and she doesn't stick around for long.
Black pole?
I think so, yeah. Female.
A prairie warbler.
Okay, he's my new favorite.
This prairie warbler gets oohs and ahs from our group, and deservedly so. It is a striking bird.
He's pretty.
Yeah, it is.
A prairie warbler.
Pine warbler?
On the end of the stair.
Our last warbler of the day is a pine warbler, and here's where it pays to have such knowledgeable guides.
Pine warbler.
Pine warbler.
He looks almost identical to the prairie warbler.
Very similar, but you'll notice that the streaks on the side of this bird are not dark black like it was on the prairie warbler.
Oh yeah, he's white. He's got some white in there.
Time for us to fly off too, but you can bet we'll be keeping a sharp eye out for those birds that love to spend the summer months on Delmarva as much as we do.